Your generation was told to work harder, stay patient, and keep going, but nobody warned you what happens when a mind never truly rests. Sometimes when the alarm goes off in the morning, your body gets out of bed, but your mind is still carrying everything it never put down during the night. Your eyes open, a new day begins, but something feels strange. You already feel tired before anything has even started, as if you slept, but your mind never actually did. Because what exhausts you is not only work, responsibilities, or deadlines. There is something heavier, something invisible. And maybe for a long time you never had the right language for it, because you were taught something very early. Be strong. Keep going. Everyone is struggling. So when exhaustion stayed, you quietly assumed something must be wrong with you. But here is the truth. You are not broken. You may simply have been carrying too much for too long, and you are not the only one. Global mental health data shows that millennials, people born roughly between 1981 and 1996, are experiencing one of the highest levels of long-term psychological stress in modern history. World Health Organization identifies chronic stress as a condition that can alter emotional regulation, attention, motivation, and even physical recovery. Maybe you know this feeling. Everything looks normal from the outside. You answer messages, you go to work, you complete tasks, you show up. But inside, something keeps running, like an engine that never fully shuts off. Like a browser tab in your mind that stays open in the background no matter how many times you try to close it. That is what psychological fatigue often feels like. Not collapse, just a system overheating in silence. And your generation entered adulthood in exactly that kind of world. You grew up in one pace of life and became an adult in another. As a child, life moved slower. People disappeared when they left home. Success was not constantly displayed in your hand, but adulthood arrived with permanent connection, and suddenly you were expected to adapt to two worlds at once. One voice from the past said, "Work hard, be patient, build stability." Another voice from modern life whispered, "Move faster, achieve more, stay visible." And you tried to obey both. That may be why so many millennials today feel permanently behind. Career, housing, relationships, financial security. Everything feels like a race where everyone else somehow started earlier. Deloitte found that nearly 4 out of 10 millennials globally report feeling stressed or anxious most of the time. And the strongest source of stress was not failure. It was uncertainty, especially financial uncertainty. Not simply, "I do not have enough now," but, "What if it never becomes enough?" That thought keeps the nervous system alert. And when the brain stays alert for too long, it forgets how to rest. That is why weekends sometimes do not feel restorative. Your body stops, but your mind keeps moving. Then there is another invisible pressure, comparison. You open your phone. Someone bought a house. Someone got promoted. Someone seems deeply fulfilled. Someone looks emotionally settled. And even if you do not want to compare, your brain quietly asks, "Why am I still here?" But what you often forget is this. You are comparing your internal weight to someone else's edited surface. And that creates exhaustion no one sees. Gallup shows that global emotional distress has reached some of its highest recorded levels in recent years. So what you feel may not be personal weakness. It may also be the emotional climate of your era. Yet many people still react to their fatigue with self-judgment. They lose focus and call themselves lazy. They feel emotionally numb and call themselves weak. They struggle to care and assume they are failing. But sometimes your mind is saying something much simpler. "I have not truly rested in a very long time." And rest is not only sleep. Sometimes real rest means a moment where nothing is expected from you. No proving, no performing, no comparing. Just a small space where your nervous system does not need to defend itself. Because you are not a machine, and every human system needs recovery. Maybe one of the most damaging ideas your generation inherited was this, that strength means continuing no matter what. But often what saves a person is not becoming stronger. It is carrying less. Some days feeling slow does not mean something is wrong. Some days not having energy does not mean you are failing. It may simply mean your mind has reached a boundary. And recognizing that boundary is not weakness. It is awareness. Maybe today you need to hear this clearly. You did not fail. You adapted for too long without enough space to breathe. And radical acceptance begins here. You do not have to solve everything at once. You do not have to move at everyone else's speed. You are not late. You are simply living in your own psychological timeline. And sometimes maturity is not pushing harder. Sometimes maturity is finally allowing yourself to stop fighting your own exhaustion. Because behind many people who look strong from the outside, there is a quiet part inside that has been tired for years. Maybe that part only wanted one thing, to finally be understood. And maybe that is why you stayed until the end of this video, because somewhere inside you needed to hear this. You are not alone. And no, you are not broken.